Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching His word with 100% truth and sincerity. And to the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Bayath of Bewadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad. I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. Alright, so this afternoon we're going to go into, this is not going to be a long lesson. Just want to point out who are the Koreans? Who are the modern day so-called Koreans? Who are they? Where do they originate from? So we're going to go ahead and go into the history here. And it says right here, you know, when did this, you can even Google the information for yourself. And it says right here, it says, was Korea a part of China before? And it says yes. Large portion of modern day Korea was under direct rule of the Chinese Empire during the Han and the Yuan administration. According to the official records of Imperial China, Korea since the Goguryeo Kingdom have been a tributary state of the Chinese Empire until 1895. Okay, and it goes down here, and it says the northern part of the Korean Peninsula was conquered by the Han Dynasty in 108 BC and remained part of China until 313 AD. Okay, so the Tang Dynasty controlled the Korean Peninsula. Okay, and it wasn't until 1948 the two states declared independence, both claiming sovereignty over all of Korea, South Korea, Republic of Korea comprising its southern half, and North Korea. So in 1948, that's when both North and South Korea claimed their independence from China. Okay? Alright, now, let's see here. Let's see. It says here, although, going to this other part here, it says, although China achieved agreement by the Allies on eventual Korean independence in the Cairo Declaration of 1943, continued disagreement and ambiguity about the post-war Korean government lasting until the Soviet-Japanese War of 1945 created a de facto division of Korea into Soviet and American zones. So let's see here. So how did Korea get independence from China? Korean activists in the U.S. decided to dispatch some representatives, including Syngman Rhee, to the Paris Peace Conference in December 1918, and the Shanghai-based New Korea Youth Party dispatched Representative Kim Kyu-sik to the Paris Peace Conference in January 1919 to promote Korean independence in 39 states. Okay, so pretty much the so-called Koreans are so-called Chinese. Okay? So according to the official records of Imperial China, Korea, since the Goguryeo Kingdom, have been a tributary state to the Chinese Empire until 1895. Also note that during 37 BC to 668 AD, a large portion of modern-day northeastern China was ruled by the Goguryeo Kingdom. So in other words, Moab. So it wasn't until August 15, 1945, Koreans finally received what they had looked forward to for so long. So, which is the country's liberation as a result of Japan's surrender. Like I said, okay. So you can do a little bit of the research yourself. So basically, Korea's Independence Day on August 15th, known as Gwangbakjol, which literally translates to bringing back the light in Korean. Okay? So, and we're going to go into a little bit of the Han Dynasty, which was an imperial dynasty in China from 202 BC to 980. So, to 25 to 220 AD. Established by Liu Bang and ruled by the House of Liu. The dynasty was preceded by the short-lived Qin dynasty, 221 to 206 BC, and a warring interregnum known as the Chu-Han contention from 206 to 202 BC. It was succeeded by the Three Kingdoms period from 220 to 280 AD. So when we go into the Three Kingdoms here, you could let me actually find the there we go right here. So this right here, this little map is a map of the Western Han Dynasty in 2 AD. The dark blue, which is right here, and you see right here. Well, I'll click on the thing here. So the dark blue area right here is basically all of this area of China, the east side, southeast, going up to northeast, and all the way over here to this end where it's that part of Korea. And this is the lighter blue. Let me go back to that. Back up out of here. Okay, there we go. Sloppy on that. So the lighter blue area is the protectorate of the western regions. So, so as you can see here, all this area right up here that's in pink, this is the Han Empire, which expanded, or which was pretty much all around up in here, and in that Korea, in that area where it's the modern day Korea. So we're gonna go to, let's see, we're gonna go to the Three Kingdoms here real quick. So the Three Kingdoms, the Kaowei which is was one of the major dynastic states in the China during the Three Kingdoms period. The state was established in 220 by Cao Pi, based upon the foundation laid by his father Cao Cao during the end of the Han Dynasty. Its capital was initially located at Shushan. Oh boy. And then you have the Shu-Han. And then you have the Eastern Wu. Now you can go down here and look at this map, and let's look at the Kaowei first. So let's look at this. So and it says right here the Kaowei is mapped in yellow. So this is all the Kaowei right up here. I'm sorry, I know it's kind of, the coloring is bad. Let's see if I can. There we go. Bring it up on screen like that. There we go. So this is the Wei. This is the Wei kingdom. This is the Shu-Han right here, and this is the Wu. So look at where Kaowei is at, and this is all Moab. So Kaowei from here all the way up here and all the way up into this area, which is modern day Korea. Okay, so that right there tells you that Koreans, so-called Koreans, are so-called, you know, I'm not even gonna call you Chinese. I'm just gonna let the Bible speak. Okay. This is going to be Genesis chapter 19. Genesis chapter 19, starting at verse 30. And it says, "And Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his two daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar, and he dwelt in a cave, he and his two daughters. 31. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us, after the manner of all the earth. So his daughters were virgins, and they haven't known any man, and there was no other man to, to lay seed in them. So this is what happened. Verse 32, Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. 33, And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not. So Lot was so damn wasted, he did not recognize the woman that was with him in that tent was his own daughter. So he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. So he didn't recognize the woman that was riding him was his own daughter. 34. And it came to pass on the morrow, that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. 35. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. 36. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. Okay? The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. Okay? The Moab, who is the progenitor of the so-called Chinese. You so-called Koreans are so-called Chinese, yet your biblical nationality goes back to Moab. Okay? I'm going to get into the younger one, which was, it says here in verse 38, And the younger she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Nami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. And the children of Ammon, the Ammonites, who are the so-called Japanese, I'm going to do a lesson on that for another time. But I just wanted to just point out who the Koreans are, because people always would wonder, where did the Koreans come from? Are they Chinese, Japanese, or are they a mix between the two, or they're their own thing? So I did this lesson just to prove to you where they actually come from. Okay. Now let me get a so you can do the history of you can look up the history of China and Korea on your own and go deeper into it. So right here you have Kim Jong-un and Xi Jinping. Okay. What is North Korea and China's relations? So North Korea has adhered to the One China principle, where it recognizes the PRC PRC is the only representative of China, and does not recognize the legitimacy of the Republic of China, nor Taiwanese independence. China and North Korea have in the past enjoyed close diplomatic relations. So let's see here. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has vowed to promote cooperative relations with China in a letter to Xi Jinping. Okay? So, why are these two working together? China, let's see, the relationship right now, the China-North Korea relationship counts on foreign relations. China is North Korea's biggest trade partner and has leverage over Kim Jong-un's regime, yet its policies focus more on border stability. Unbreakable friendship with China will be fully displayed in 2024. So, so why are these two, Kim Jong Un and Xi Jinping, so close together? Why? Because they are the same people. Moab. In fact, what? Okay, and as we all know, China, Russia, Korea, and all these other nations, they're gearing up for war against America, right? And you don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing different from Moab. You don't hear nothing. Excuse me. Different from Moab rising up. In fact, let me get the script. This is Isaiah chapter 16 verse 6, and it says, "We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath, but his lies shall not be so." Okay? So we all know that Moab is the so-called Chinese and Koreans, okay, and the Taiwanese. So, and a lot of these other Asian countries most likely are Moab as well. Okay? So Moab, China, is one of the major superpowers right now. So now you know why Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un are working together against America. Because why? Because they are Moab. Okay? Okay, now it's going to be Jeremiah. And plus, I know I did a lesson a while back how Xi Jinping was trying to use the Bible to he was trying to change certain things in the Bible to fit his own agenda and his own interest. And I think Kim Jong-un was doing something similar. I think he banned the Bible in North Korea. The Bible's banned in North Korea, I think, now. This is Jeremiah 48. Let's see. Slow, bear with me for a second here. I'm trying to find the script. Oh, here we go. This is Jeremiah 48 and 16. It says, "The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast." And that's right, because Moab think he got next. Okay? Even though he's working with Putin, Russia right now, and the BRICS nations, but China, Moab has always been sneaky. I mean, you could read the book called The Art of War, okay, by the famous Sun Tzu. Okay, now I'm gonna go down to it's gonna be Jeremiah 48 and go to verse 35, and it says, "Moreover, I will cause to cease in Moab, saith the Lord, him that offereth in the high places, and him that burneth incense to his gods. Okay? So Yahweh Shimon Shai is going to put a stop to Moab's agenda. He's going to put a stop to Moab's, doings. And it says right here, verse 38, there shall be lamentation generally upon all the housetops of Moab and the streets, and in the streets thereof, for I have broken Moab like a vessel, wherein is no pleasure, saith the Lord. Verse 9, and they shall howl, saying, how is it broken down? How hath Moab turned the back with shame? So shall Moab be a derision and a dismay to all them about him. Okay? So Yahweh Shimon Shai is going to put Moab to shame in these latter days. Okay? He's going to break him down. Just like how he's going to break Edom down. Esau, Edom. And it says right here, I'm going to drop down to verse 37. It says, actually I'm going to get verse 42. It says, and Moab shall be destroyed from being a people, because he hath magnified himself against the Lord. Verse 43, fear and the pit and the snare shall be upon thee, O inhabitant of Moab, saith the Lord. So in verse 44, it's he that fleeth from the fear shall fall into the pit. He that getteth up out of the pit shall be taken in the snare, for I will bring upon it, even upon Moab, the year of their visitation, saith the Lord. Okay, now I'm going to drop down to verse 47. It says, yet will I bring again the captivity of Moab in the latter days, saith the Lord. Thus far is the judgment of Moab. Okay? So all this gearing up, making all these, these diplomatic relations, making allies, and puffing themselves up, and banning the Bible, and Xi Jinping using the Bible to fit his own agenda and needs, it's going to come back to haunt him. And this is the book of Psalms, chapter 60, verse 8. And it says, Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast up my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Okay, so Moab is the washpot, which means he's going to be a servant in the kingdom. Moab's going to be doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of repairing, and a lot of cooking too. Okay? So, now you know who the Koreans are, because they are the same people. The Koreans, the Chinese, Taiwanese, and a lot of those other Asian countries are most likely Moab. But I just want to touch bases with the Koreans, because people be wondering who are they? All right. So that's all I had. So you so-called Koreans are so-called Chinese, but your biblical nationality goes back to Moab. So I hope that this was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Bayath of Dabadah, the elect house of David, that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom, Barakatah.